stretch. They've got a debutant waiting on the bench, a striker of significant repute who might just use this as a stage to announce himself. But Adelaide have been playing too well for the Mariners to think this one's in the box.
So he is to work it out left-hand side. Ben Garuccio's station. And with Kitto. Elsie. Regan. It's a lovely ball by Taylor Regan. Garuccio stretching, does well to reel it in. Barrow there at the near post again. He's been almost unbeatable in the air. Isaias going low this time. Steered clear by Roux. Back with Isaias. Shrugs off the attentions of Melling. As he brought down to the edge of the box, Sean Evans decides yes. Free kick for Adelaide United, almost exactly the same spots as where Andrew Hall scored the only goal of the game in the first half.
Well, he recovered well here. The pass initially in for Blackwood was not good enough. Changes direction, sets up the defence beautifully. He's milked that. Another pile of contact, slight from Melling, and down goes Isaias. It's a very handily placed free kick.
There's a banner at the other end of the ground that says "Si, Senor, Si." I uttered those words in the grand final 2 years ago. And Isaias' free kick struck the back of the net. Let's see if he can repeat the trick here. Or is Daniel Adlung going to go for power rather than Isaias' placements? It is the Spaniard. Flicks off the wall and behind. Isaias trying to rouse the crowd. That's what you want from your captain when the chips are down, and they certainly are for Adelaide. Flicked on by Ryan Strain at the near post, and nobody there to apply the finishing touch.
Great work from Ryan Strain, just darting off the near post, getting the touch. And to the extent that that was a planned move, there wasn't really a reaction from the guys lining up on the 6-yard box. If that was always to be a Ryan Strain flick on, then the 3 players in question on the edge of that 6 box had forgotten to read the script. Because not one of them broke the line to try and anticipate that flick on.
Holding off Mohaja. Barrow well stationed yet again. Very solid for the Mariners. Moved on quickly by Andrew Hall. Danny De Silva quickly into position at Storm Roux to corner Fraze, storming forwards, and they'll get a corner despite the dispute being led by Ryan Strain.
Good work from Roux. Ryan Strain, great recovery.
It was a final touch off Strain, I think. Sean Evans still copping it from those Adelaide fans. Hall's corner. There's the second. I think it's an own goal. The Mariners won't care. They're closing in on a first win in the A-League since the 3rd of December. And Andrew Hall involved yet again.
2 set pieces, 2 goals. This one, the own goal. Ryan Strain is the youngster, unfortunately making such good strides as a rookie in the A-League. And the ball hits him rather than the other way around. Nevertheless, the net result is the same. The Mariners 2 up.
Well, a goal and an assist for Andrew Hall, and a big part to play in the red card as well. So unfortunate for Ryan Strain. Just hit him really, but that sucked all the air out of Cooper Stadium.
Well, they've been looking dangerous. Adelaide had some really good long periods in the game. They're forced, put it this way, Alam Barrow to be at his very best, the skipper of the Mariners, in the centre of their defence. It's a measure of how well Adelaide have come back to unfortunate circumstances they've had to confront.
Here's the unlucky Ryan Strain. He's lost out to Danny De Silva, but he covered the ground to make the tackle. It's been one of the real success stories in Adelaide United this season. He's got a brother, Tom Strain, who is with as a junior at Aston Villa, who's playing in the local NPL South Australia competition for the Metro Stars as well this season. Also a bit of interest in him from Adelaide United. I just wonder, Andy, if you're Marco Kurtz now, are you thinking maybe in terms of Chavashevich? Just throw him out. I mean, what have you got to lose? You're 2-0 down.
Well, maybe him if he's not ready physically. But yeah, exactly. Otherwise, what are the other alternatives? Taylor Regan's already come on, 2 subs to go. You've got Michael Moroney, Konstantopoulos as well. Just another quick shout out too, Simon. There's a big servant, long-time servant of football in this state, South Australia, recovering from heart surgery, Ole Bilek. And we all thank him for the work he's done so far and wish him a speedy recovery as he watches the Adelaide Reds try and get out of this hole they're in.
It is a Kenyan-sized hole, and it could get even worse for them here. Bahaja away on the right. Might have been high with pace when probably a lower delivery, even a cutback might have been the better option.
And I think Bahaja got a little bit confused by the supporting runs, both of which had purpose to them, Blake Powell and Andrew Hall, but as Bahaja looked up, he wasn't quite sure who was heading where until it was too late and he didn't come up with anything at the end of it.
Jacob Mallick's just been off the pitch for a moment or two, back with us now. Change of boots, we understand, for Jacob Mallick. It's to the groundsman's credit that we haven't mentioned the pitch too much.
No, you know, it's not perfect. Certainly not what we used to here at Coopers, but the players have dealt with it well. It's been a really good contest.
Yellow card for Jacob Mallick. Those new boots aren't working on his return to South Australia. They look pretty expensive though, don't they?
AFLX. Bit of rugby sevens there from Jacob Mallick. It is a multi-sport venue, this one.
Just bounced off Milosnic, rather unfortunately for the Adelaide United winger. Here's De Silva. Oh, Taylor Regan blocked him off unceremoniously. And he's going to go into the book as well.
Been good since he's come on, Taylor Regan. Didn't start the match, of course, as substitute until Weston Gulam was sent off. Calculated and ruthless.
Didn't leave too much to the imagination.
Nothing whatsoever. Still managed to give the ref a salute on the way back. Not quite sure what he thought was legal about that, Taylor. And he has otherwise been playing very well here for Adelaide.
Yadia. Waits on that release. Here's McGing. Bahaja held up by Garuccio. Yardie still without his regular sparring partner. Van Brama serving the second game of a 2-game ban tonight. Whipped him low. Blake Powell let it run in the anticipation that Poole was behind him. Poole involved now. Could be in for a third here. Central Coast, and should have been really. Arriving late was Trent Bahaja, and it just needed a touch. And he couldn't get enough on the ball.
But he did get enough to take it away from Blake Powell, who sort of hesitate to say, but surely he couldn't have missed from there if it made it to Powell. I have seen a Mariner miss from that sort of range this season. Shouldn't rule it out completely, but a good raid by the Central Coast.
Surely would have killed the game off even at this early point. Just over half an hour to go.
Beautiful 1-2 around the box. Great touch from De Silva. Nice cutback from Andrew Hall, and there's the touch from Bahaja. And there's Blake Powell just behind him. You cannot blame Trent Bahaja for going for that, however.
Storm room.
Really interesting, Simon. Player on the ball now, Tommy Aria, in what's been a good performance from the Mariners, how peripheral he's been. He has been, this season, one of the outstanding players in the comp. I love watching him play it. The Mariners team that's 2 up and playing some good stuff is really barely featured, which is surprising. I guess it's good. Speaks well of the contribution of other players.
Maybe we just haven't noticed his good work.
We saw an element of that too.
Kennedy's clearance straight at Strain. So he is trying to turn away from trouble, draws the foul. The Adelaide crowd needing a bit of a lift. They've been well in this contest, the home fans, but since that second goal, maybe an air of resignation starting to creep around Coopers. The goal would change all that for their team. Garuccio charged with the responsibility to deliver, and they've got one! Really good header by Jordan Elsey. Just his second A-League goal, and Adelaide are back in it. And that should lift the noise around the ground.
Well, we talked in the first half about Jordan Elsey. We're talking most weeks about Jordan Elsey. What a fine player. And this is a fine header. Beautiful ball in. The Mariners' defence just didn't ever look like dealing with it. It was a wicked delivery from Ben Garuccio. And it's a header of the top class from the man who walks apparently like an Egyptian.
Well, not quite as exuberant with the celebrations for obvious reasons as he was in Brisbane a few years ago. But it's a crucial goal nonetheless. Jordan Elsey's first of the season means we've got a grandstand finale building here in South Australia.
And that foul conceded by the Mariners was indeed by Jacob Melling. There's a hacked clearance.
Adelaide believe again suddenly. Ryan Strain eager to atone for the own goal. Gets a corner. They're back in it now, these home supporters.
Listen to the fans now trying to lift their team. Down a man and down a goal, but coming home strongly. Jacob Melling, in conceding that foul, is on a yellow card, Simon, where a basketball match should have been fouled out. That's 5. How many more?
Talking of tallies, let's see if Ben Garuccio can add a second assist to his evening's work from the corner. Good delivery again. Barrow climbs highest. Adelaide looking for the spectacular on the volley. Adelaide have to be careful. They don't leave the back door open at the other end. And Bahaja, of course, is quick, but so too is Mile Uznic, who tracked the run all the way.
Dude, what a great sight that would have been. A little bit of open space. Bahaja v Mile Uznic. That would have been something to see over the distance.
And movements on the Adelaide bench, and it's going to be the new man. We're going to see shortly Cengiz Cevušević, Slovenian international with 2 caps, latterly with FC Zurich. He's been at the club a week or so. It's not going to be George Blackwood, we understand, to be drawn. It's going to be Ryan Kitto. Here is that change now. So there he is, a man that Adelaide hope will answer their goal-scoring problems. Cengiz Cevušević becomes just the 4th Slovenian to play in the Hyundai A-League. He's going to have to take the throw-in again. And your quiz question for the night, Andy Harper, is to name the other 3.
Other 3 Slovenians?
Yeah.
Well, Robert Corrin was one.
There's one.
Have we got to the rest of the season?
It's not an easy one.
No. I think it's got me already.
Dennis Kramer, Perth Glory.
Never have got it.
Tomislav Mishura, Newcastle Jets.
Would never have got it.
There you go.
Geez, I've been watching the league since whenever, and I like those. Wow, you just got me. At any rate, the big fella, he is a lump of a lad. I don't know if his throw-ins are his expertise. Maybe he's just in a hurry.
He's definitely in a hurry to get involved. And Adelaide need him and his goal-scoring prowess. Got a decent CV. We mentioned FC Zurich. He's also been at St Gallen, FC Will in Switzerland. And he's got a chance here. Mistake by Storm Roux. Blackwood wants it. Played towards the near post, but he can't find a route through. The Slovenian.
There's a good buzz around the ground. Very excitable, the Adelaide fans this evening.
Isaias. I always find at this place, I don't know if you agree, Andy, that the Adelaide fans are never louder than when they feel a little aggrieved, and they've certainly felt that tonight.
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable assessment. 2 very controversial moments to set the game up. Firstly, the Andrew Hall free kick, the awarding thereof, from which he directly scored. Great free kick as it was, and then the Gulam send-off was sort of a match on the tinderbox, wasn't it?
Big test of character for Paul Locom's Young Mariners outfits. Poscolero claiming a high foot by the new man Cevušević, and he gets it.
Guess what Adelaide are complaining about? It wasn't a high foot the other end of the field. We've got long memories, like elephants, football fans.
Poscolero has stayed down. It's a bit of attention. Sean Evans indicating he's adding this time on. Cevušević with an immediate impact. I'll tell you what, Andy, it's facially, it's got a touch of the Vinnie Grellers about it. Looks-wise. Talking of faces, famous faces in the crowd, Stefan Mork, a title winner, of course, with Adelaide 2 years ago.
First angle I thought he was sitting next to Ronaldo. It's Brazilian Ronaldo. If they're playing lookalikes.
Josh Rose ready to go for the Central Coast. They've got the wrong number up on the board. It is the number 19, Jacob Poscolero, who makes way. So that means a little bit of a reshuffle for Paul O'Connor. Jack McGing has gone into the centre of defence alongside Alan Barrow, and Storm Roux has reverted to his more usual right-back position with Josh Rose on the left. This is going to be a stern test of the Mariners' credentials. Remember, Adelaide still a man light, as they have been since the 18th minute, but they're making all the running.
Well, what a magnificent switch of play by Jordan Elsey to open up that channel for George Blackwood. And the bounce beat him a little bit, but it was a superb switch of play under pressure. We'll see if he can repeat the dose from this corner. He scored the goal from the free kick. Beautiful header to Jordan Elsey. He bagged himself a brace from this one.
Isaias, flat delivery, and it goes again off Hiarie. See if he sends this one in a little deeper. Shevich is handy in the air as well. Blake Powell defends it at the near post for the Mariners. Nikola Miljuznic and his speed. Left back on halfway for Adelaide. Interesting tactic that. Have one of your quickest players to try and prevent the quick counter. Blake Powell's let the ball squirm away from him. Garucha. Isaias. Daniel Adlung. Strain. Vucevic. Miljuznic. He's done well, Miljuznic. Vucevic. Looking to clip it. Oh, Miljuznic was setting himself for the volley. Still alive, potentially for Garuccio. Mariners have everyone back. Set up again through Isaias. Garuccio's ball in, and an easy clearance at the end for Jacob Valley. You'd never believe that it was the Central Coast who had a man advantage at the moment. They're sat very deep, Andy Harper.
Well, they certainly are, and Adelaide have been in really good nick here tonight. That wasn't obviously the best ball in, but Vucevic has really shown some positive signs early. How patient I'm sure he must be with these retakes.
And he's just giving Ben Kennedy the hurry along from the goal kick. Powell's touch was behind Hull. Miljuznic. Isaias, there's room wide left for Blackwood. And he's beautifully found by Isaias. Blackwood has a glance, goes for goal himself. There was a block in there from a Mariners defender, which did the job for Paul Ocon's outfit. There's going to be more changes off the Mariners bench presently. It's Peter Skapetis who's going through the conversation with the backroom staff of the Mariners. For all that, they've got another free kick to defend. Again, Elsey a potential target. Vucevic there. Daniel Adlung going to have a go himself. Oh, goodness me! What about the dip on that from the German?
What about the save from Ben Kennedy?
Terrific.
Fabulous football. I'm not sure what Ben's bringing to the referee's attention, but what an exchange. This is fantastic from Adlung. What about that from Kennedy, who could easily have been caught unawares? This looked like it was heading for the Torrens River, and it just dropped dramatically.
Corner by Isaias, helped up by Strain. Blackwood can't reach it. And it pops for Isaias. That should be Kennedy's, and he pushes it away, and Roux should completely tidy up. And the Mariners now on the counter, and they've got pace to burn in Trent Bahagia. Miljuznic's trying to stay with it, and Bahagia can't get around Miljuznic. Oh, really well defended.
I feel safe now. I got what I wanted.
Barrow steers it clear at the near post, only as far as Isaias. Don't take your eyes off this one. Janušević on the turn. Right. Couldn't get the power.
Good idea. That one showed all the hallmarks of lack of football. But the instinct doesn't go. And he received and turned nicely. Great pressure Adelaide are building.
Trip on Adelaide by De Silva, and that's going to signal not just one change but two, one from either side. Peter Skapetis ready to come on for the Mariners. Michael Moroney for the Reds. So Blake Powell, man to make way for the Mariners. Nikola Milojevic is the man withdrawn for the Reds. There's Michael Moroney, and Blake Powell just making his way off the pitch. One very good chance in the first half. Blake Powell, but Paul Izzo denied him, as he did on several occasions towards the end of the opening stanza. Peter Skapetis, who got his first ever senior goal last time out against Western Sydney Wanderers. It's his chance for the Mariners. Will still lead, but it's looking rather fragile, that advantage. Here's Garucha. Ryan Strain climbing highest. Isaias waiting for it to drop, and it rebounded off the chest of the Spaniard. Goal kick.
That was great coverage by Barrow, the skipper again. They're under siege, the Mariners. Garucha rounding this one up and dropping it to about the penalty area, or penalty spot I should say, and Alan Barrow reacted very well to get the ball to safety.
Andrew Hall. He's had a very good game today, but he's turned into a cul-de-sac there. And again. Gets the whistle this time.
I don't think there was any foul on that one. But then as they swarmed again.
Yeah, right, Strain. After a bit of revenge, I think, didn't he? After the little pat on the head, rather condescending from Hall.
Janušević decided he'd weigh in with the challenge, which was ultimately penalised.
Well, have the Mariners weathered the storm, and it's been quite a storm from the 10 men. That's why they're trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Yeah, that's a worrying sign that they're already looking to get into walking pace. And taking that cue if you're Adelaide and be encouraged by that.
The head of Skapetis. So he is, and Hall scrapping forward. It's the Mariner who comes away with it. De Silva. Always fading away. Left hand upright off the boots of Danny De Silva. Still just the 2 goals this season. The Mariners can hang on here, Andy. They've got a home game to come against Wellington Phoenix. Then a trip to Perth, the 2 other clubs who are immediately around them. Booking, meantime, for Daniel Adlon. So a chance really for Paul Ocon's team to try and build some momentum over the next couple of weeks. Daniel Adlon protesting that the booking is too much.
He protested too much.
Do you concur?
He protested too much. That's why I got the booking. He was complaining about the free kick awarded against Janušević, but I had a bit of sympathy for him as well. The Slovenian looked to me like he was making an earnest attempt at the ball. Too much for Daniel Adlon, who couldn't hold his tongue.
Rizzo to go long, and McGing and Melling almost got in a bit of a mess between them. Sayers, there's a bit of the hands, nothing doing. Garuccio sets himself, fires it in off McGing. And they'll prevent the corner through Bahaja. Heads again, awkward bounce, but Kennedy will claim.
Yeah, there's trouble from Adelaide, or for Adelaide, with the delivery. I mean, they're working such nice combinations in space, deep on either flank, but the delivery into the penalty area by and large hasn't been as convincing as it might be.
Isaias working his way through traffic. Ruccio couldn't control it. Instead it's with Bahaja for the Central Coast. Scapetis not going to get there ahead of Paul Izzo, who's out to sweep. Oh, that's beautiful. Isaias like a matador in Spain. Swivel of the hips, and his opponent was gone. Hiario. De Silva. Strong tackle, but a fair one by Morone. And then Issei is caught unaware, and De Silva. Can he get around Taylor Regan? Tees up Hiario instead. Too close to the goalkeeper.
Such good lead-up, such good endeavour from De Silva, and he blows it with that chip into the box, and now Adelaide with the open field.
Driving run by Daniel Adlong. Does he have the finish? Adlong! Oh, that was an exciting run, wasn't it? And just inside his own half, and given the quality he's got and the power he's got in either foot, you expected him to at least work the goalkeeper here. Great
power in the shot, great power in the drive out of midfield. Jacob Melling gave himself up a little bit in the initial exchange, and Adlong was away.
Slightest of nudges on Jordan Elsey, and then Scapetis has kicked the ball away stupidly, and he's going to go into the book as well. Elsey landed in behind for Ryan Strain. Did his absolute best to keep it in play.
Chance now for Adelaide, though, to keep the Mariners pinned in this corner. They're swarming the Reds.
Mariners preparing their third and final change. Liam Rose is ready to come on. Tough corner control for De Silva. Back with Adlong. Blackwoods, 2-2, extraordinary, off the crossbar and in. What a finish by George Blackwoods. Cooper Stadium going absolutely wild. What a comeback.
Well, Daniel Adlong's had a special game here tonight. And he's just emerged as the man for Adelaide. Look at him wriggle clear. Little 1-2. Nice combination. He sensed what was on and dropped a beautiful ball into the danger zone, which Stormroot got completely in knots over. But you've got to put the ball in there for a defender to make the error, and Adlong did. And Blackwood, unerring, on the swivel off the underside of the bar for 2-2.
Well, we haven't had a draw in this fixture since all the way back in 2010. Marco Kurtz is not thinking in those terms. Maybe thinking about his team going on to win it. It has been an extraordinary comeback by the 10 men of Adelaide United.
And you've got to repeat the point that once the emotion and the frustration dissipates from a controversial red card, how often do we see 10 come back manfully? And they've been outstanding, the Reds. The Mariners have been decent value, but you know, Simon, we did make the point. There was a sign that they were dropping anchor way too early, slowing the restarts. That was a sign that they weren't confident that they may be able to push on from here. And now it's back square with 3 points very much up for grabs. It's been scintillating here in Adelaide this second half.
There's the Mariners' long wait for a win, about to be extended by a further week at least. They looked home and dried, really. Here's Hall's free kick as they try and restore their advantage, steered away by Jordan Elsey. Storm Root wriggles clear of Garucho, but only momentarily. Lost control of the ball. And they could be in here. Ryan Strain furthest forward for Adelaide. Josh Rose trying to keep him at arm's length. Needs a bit of help. It arrives now. Shavucevic. Flipped in by Adlong then. Away and behind off Jake McGinn. And the noise levels go up again.
Listen to the city of churches as it's represented here at Cooper Stadium. Adlong with the delivery. Storm Roo with the erring defence. And George Blackwood unerring.
Look at what it means to their coach. Reds corner. Taylor Regan waiting back post. They appeal for handball. They get a corner. Well, this has become a cauldron. It was almost like a library after the Mariners went 2 goals in front. And the Mariners very much feeling the heat now. Closing minutes at Cooper Stadium. Riveting Saturday night action. And Adelaide searching out an unlikely winner. It's going to be Ben Garucho to deliver. And they get it goalwards. Shavucevic, great save. Fantastic stop by Ben Kennedy to deny the Slovenian on debut.
He's been good too, Ben Kennedy, hasn't he, when he's needed to be. I don't think he could do anything about the goals that went in, but I tell you, he saved his team's bacon here. Mate, that is outstanding from Kennedy. It's not half bad from the new recruit either.
Can the Mariners hold on? Just under 3 minutes plus stoppage time. It's wave after wave of the Reds at the moment. Isaias with the corner. Helped clear by Bahaja. Returned by Garucho. Hits his own player inadvertently. De Silva. Anywhere will do for the Central Coast. But the Reds are relentless. Isaias turns it over and can't win it back off De Silva. And the Mariners really just need to head for the hills, the Adelaide hills, and relieve some of this pressure. McGee. Out for Roo. Could there be a twist at the other end? Comfortable enough for Taylor Regan to clear. Josh Rose. Ball across the whitewash. Just to confirm for you, all that excitement, Mariners did make that third and final change. Liam Rose on for Jacob Melling. Andrew Hall's contribution all of a sudden, Andy, seemed an awful long time ago.
Well, think back to that chance for Bahaja for 3-0, and that would have been a nail in the coffin, you reckon, if not the final one, as good as. Stayed 2-0. Adelaide were even good value at that point, but they've found a way back in this. It's been a great contest here.
Cut forward by Barrow. Routine for Elsey. Liam Rose losing out. Ryan Strain move forward, but impeded by Hall. Look how quick Adelaide are to get on with it. They're not happy to settle for a point. They want the win. Wins have been hard to come by at Cooper Stadium for them this season. Just 3 wins out of 9, 2 draws, 4 losses. Nutmeg by Adelaide. Hall sidesteps Jordan Elsing. Could the Mariners throw a counter-punch?
How did Peter Garuccio stop that one?
I think he just fell over.
How did he stop that one? It was looking grim for Adelaide. Jordan Elsing had left his post to try and stop the attack in midfield.
Here's the best news, Andy. We've got 6 minutes of stoppage time. This has been terrific. We're into the first of those now. This is Hiaria. Hall. Barrow just bowling it into the path of Liam Rose. McGing. Hiaria. Adelaide have expended an awful lot of energy. Drops pretty much everybody behind the ball. Mariners happy to play a bit of keep ball for a moment or two. Josh Rose. Hiaria. De Silva. There was a push on De Silva. More howls of protest from the home fans. Marco Kurtz, I think, is going to have a thrombosis tonight.
Yeah, well, he's definitely reached across, but has he not maybe played advantage? I've got no problem with him thinking that that's a foul, but call it then. Anyway, great chance to put Adelaide United back in their box. All lining up.
Got the ball rolling in many regards after 7 minutes for the free kick. Gave the Mariners the lead. An awful lot has happened since then. Could he be about to have the final say? 2 minutes of stoppage time played. So Paul Izzo has got that ball set up correctly this time. There are a few Mariners in there, trying to cause a bit of mischief. Sean Evans is happy. Andrew Hall is ready. Biggest cheer of the night. From the home fans, anyway. Overall, he's had a pretty good game, Andrew Hall.
Yeah, he has. And he scored one. Hit the corner in for the second goal. Own goal off Ryan Strain. There have been a lot of good players on show here tonight in what has been a very, very good game.
Vucevic. Turn by the Slovenian. Morone chasing his own through ball there. He and Hiaria go to ground. The Reds push on regardless. It's Ben Garuccio. I thought about the shot. Has to check back for Isaias, who steers it out towards Blackwood. Garuccio in position. And onside. Blackwood. George Blackwood just too high for Ryan Strain.
Was he going for Strain or was he going for the back post, George Blackwood? Nice combination again. They've linked up very well down the left-hand side. Blackwood was going for Ryan Strain. It's a big ask. Jeez, he put plenty on it.
2 minutes remaining. And a point almost seems scant regard, or reward, I should say, for the effort and the entertainment that these two have provided tonight. Morone. Trying to ensure it's all three for the Reds. Gets a corner.
Good challenge. Really good challenge by Moroney to get that far, and Josh Rose stayed with him, but actually the Mariners, they're not the situations where you need to be conceding corners. There were players in enough numbers outnumbering Michael Moroney, and he still found his way tentative, not proactive enough defensively. I don't think the Mariners, and now they're on tenterhooks again.
Home fans trying to lift their team for one last effort. And it has been an almighty effort by the 10 men. It's Carucio's corner. Regan can't reach it. Bahaja hooks it clear. Izzo scampering forward some 40 metres to try and return it. Strain ahead of Hall. Caruccio. Good control by the left fullback. Josh Rose holds him up for now. 30 seconds to go. Moroney's ball in. Oh, and it was just sitting there invitingly, wasn't it? Oh, Cengiz Tavusevic.
What a beauty from Moroney. It's a great intervention in the end. Superb from Moroney. Not mucking around. Had beautiful arc in it. McGing was outstanding. So calm and cool in his positioning.
Well, it's been a backs to the wall effort for the Mariners. They're almost over the line for a point. They'll feel they really should have had three, having led 2-0. Now they've got to ensure they don't lose all three from Isaiah's corner. Blackwood did climb high. Glance at the watch from Sean Evans. And the final whistle goes. Wow. Well, that was some game. And Marco Kurtz has had a bit to say tonight. Applauds the fans. I'm sure he will applaud his players. That was an almighty effort by the 10 men of the Reds. And no wonder the applause rings out around Cooper Stadium. The Mariners will be disappointed. They led by 2-0. Andrew Hall, and then an own goal from Ryan Strain. But Jordan Elsie's header gave the Reds hope. And George Blackwood's blistering strike towards the end gave the Reds a share of the spoils. Adelaide 2, the Mariners 2. Let's get some reaction with Zappa.
Thank you, Simon. Daniel Adlung, our man of the match. Thanks to Nab. Well played tonight. 2-0 down, 70 minutes with one man down. Is that one of the best comebacks you've been involved with here at Adelaide?
Yes, I think it was the best. We had a lot of comebacks this season, especially in the end of the games. But yeah, this game was really hard because the pitch was not the best, and we are almost the whole game one man down. So compliment to the boys, and I think we deserved the point.
What was most impressive was the second half, and we saw a lot of anger at half time. How did you calm things down in the second half and focus on the job ahead?
We tried to play our game, and in the halftime we said we have to come back, and we have a big chance. Then we concede the second goal, and but we always believe in our quality, and today was good. In the end, we get a point.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.